I'm going to show you an exercise called gluteal bracing. This is a really good one to work your glute muscles in your bottom. So if you're someone that spends a lot of time sat down every day, which most of us do, it's really good to work those muscles because they're supposed to be the strongest muscles in your body to help support your back and your core. But a lot of us sit on our bottoms all the time so they don't get used. So to do gluteal bracing, you want to lay down onto your front and you want to make sure that your feet are just a small gap in between, so they're just hip width, and trying to make sure that they're resting parallel. You haven't got your heels dropped out or your toes dropped out. Just give your hips a bit of a wriggle from side to side just to make sure that your weight is central, you're not leaning more on one side than you are the other. And then you can fold your arms in front of you just to rest your forehead down so your neck is in a nice neutral position. I'm going to keep my head up just so you can hear me. Step one of the gluteal brace, and you're just going to squeeze on your bottom muscles. So you can practice this a few times. So think about squeezing your bottom cheeks together, both sides, and then letting them relax. And as you're squeezing, just watching out that your legs aren't rolling and they're just staying in a relaxed position. And also you're not squeezing so much that your bottom's lifting up into the air. So if that feels okay, step two is squeezing. And then keep squeezing, but tuck your toes under. And as you're squeezing still, see if you can drive and press your knees off the floor. And then come back down again. So you'll squeeze, toes tuck under, drive and press up with your knees. And as you're lifting, you just want to avoid your hips coming off the floor. So just think about your hip bones staying down rather than tilting or lifting upwards. So we want to keep the pelvis in a neutral position. If you find it difficult to lift your knees without your hips coming up as well, you might need to place just a towel underneath your tummy, and that will help just to keep you in a neutral position. It will make it easier for you to squeeze and lift up and still keeping your hips in the same position.